guys being here. Just first of all, I want to thank the seniors for their service to SMU. I think they represented the university and the program in a first-class manner. You know, led by Rob, who's been here 5 years. He's gotten better and better. A guy who was banged up a lot and out of shape when he first got here and turned into one of the better players in the league. I'm very proud of him. And Rodney Clinkscales, who, you know, everyone comes and wants to start and be a star. And I remember last year we were playing at Rice, and I put in Ryan Barbary, a walk-on, ahead of him. And Barbary hit like 2 or 3 threes. And Rodney was the first one to greet him as he came off the court. And, you know, he's done a great job in practice with the scout team. And I think that has helped our team and helped his play. And then Loesch, who came here and was supposed to have 3 years of eligibility, and the NCAA ruled that he would only have 1.5. And that's not easy for a guy to come to this country, and things don't work out. Last year he wasn't even allowed to practice till January, and would have loved to have had him for 3 years. But those guys, you know, appreciate their service to this program. Regarding the game tonight, great team effort. 10 guys played 13 minutes or more. I thought our defense was sensational. We rebounded well. We took care of the ball for the most part well, especially in the first half. Executed very well, and beat a team and a coach that I have a great deal of respect for. I think that this, to me, shows that in light of several losses, our guys have continued to work and get better, and I think that's a tribute to their character and their parents.
You were still really into the game with like 55 seconds to go.
Yeah.
You know, the last time game you were saying you didn't want to accept any congratulations until it was over.
Right.
Was it so important to get this win for the seniors because of the rough year that this has been?
I just think, you know, it's important to win, you know, and we haven't won, you know, a lot. So when you have a lead, it's hard. Like, you know, and you see it starting to chip away. You don't want to lose it. And number 4, Julian Washburn, who, you know, they were kind of going to at the end. You know, in our matchup zone, we don't have, you know, like man-to-man technically responsibilities until that guy's in your area. And I saw him on the left side, and he's a guy that even when you're close to him, he can still get a shot off. And I just didn't want him to get open. And so I went down about half court and was yelling, and, you know, a couple of turnovers, or, you know, the shot we took was 7 seconds on the shot clock. And I didn't mind, like, even burning the shot clocks. Like, all right, we'll go 35 seconds, not get a shot. We should still win the game. A bad shot, a quick shot, or a bad turnover leading to a run out, that's where we get beat. So, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, just wanted to win for everybody.
You look back at this season now that the regular season is complete and just wish there had been more like today, obviously?
No question. The thing is such a fine line. It's. I was talking to Larry Stacey before our Southern Miss game. You know, they're, you know, first or second in their league. Oh, I don't know how many wins. You'd have to look it up. But like, a large number of their wins were by 4 points or overtime. You know, a large number of our losses were by, you know, 6 points or overtime. And so it's just really a fine line, and it's hard. It makes it hard. You know, so it's a fine, and with that though, you say, okay, next week it's anybody's tournament. Obviously Memphis is just probably far and away right now better than anybody, and they're playing at home. But fortunately we don't play Memphis in the first game, and I don't even think if we were to win we'd play them in the second game. So you know, we're going in. I told the guys I'm going to pack 4 suits, and we're going to give it an effort, because we played most teams that on our schedule fairly close. And so, you know, again, our guys have continued to work. We had a great practice on Thursday, and then I thought had a great effort today.
In the tournament, you know, you are 0-5 in your career. Do you feel like you're due? Like this?
Oh, due. You know, I mean, there are a lot of people probably feel like they're due, but
Like the Rice game last year was, I think you lost by 1. I mean, a lot
yeah,
of
Rice
first round.
is like we beat them twice during the regular season, and that was like a team I didn't want to see. Now I think teams may not want to see us because you know we played everyone. Most teams pretty tough, and we're a hard team to match up for, a hard team to prepare for. Are we due? You know, yeah, you could say we're due, but you know, I just think that we can go in loose and confident, and you know. I hate to give you a cliche, one game at a time, you know, but we're planning on, you know, playing and winning our first game.
Steve Orsini says he'll evaluate the program at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you've done enough to return as coach here?
I'd rather not address that now. I think that there's still some basketball to be played. Steve Orsini has been very consistent each and every year when he evaluates programs, not only me, but every other program. And you know, that's something that you and I can talk about after the season. Hopefully we have a lot more basketball to play.
And you haven't talked to Steve, right? I mean, that'll happen at the end of the year.
No, I don't even know. You know, he's busy with the basketball committee stuff, so I don't even think he was at our game tonight. So no. And that's, in my 6 years here, he's been to one practice. And that's because his daughter was dancing in the gym next door. I don't think he's ever gone to a football practice. He's just, you know, hands off, delegates, and is very fair and consistent in the way he runs the program. So, you know, I'll address that when the season is finally over.
And you've said you have focused on what you can
Right.
control and what's in front of you. Are you still? That's the
No
tournament
question.
right now. So that's what you're
Listen,
doing.
if I got off that philosophy, I'd be cheating the guys in the locker room, and I'd be cheating my staff. I can control what I can control. That's, right now, I'll watch the film. We're gonna meet tomorrow as a staff. We'll prepare for practice on Monday morning. We'll figure out tonight who our opponent is, and we'll travel to Memphis. We'll practice on Tuesday and hopefully play well on Wednesday. That's all I can control. And so, and that's, you know, life and all of our jobs. You know, you're in a tough industry. You know, papers are going out of business. What do? Well, you better write good articles.
Marry rich.
Marry rich. Marry rich. You live in the right town. So, you know, you just, that's at anything. Any walk of life. And if you have strong faith, you know, you realize you're not as much in control as you think you are or like you to be. And so you just take one day at a time. And you know, I'm fortunate, like today, I got to coach a college basketball game. There's only about 340 guys that get to do that, Division I. Pretty cool. It's March, you know, and we're getting ready to go to Memphis, and we'll coach our tails off, and we'll see what happens.
From my perspective, that approach has really served you well in what could have been several difficult weeks here. Do you think you would have handled it differently at North Carolina? I mean, have you changed so much in these, you know, 8 years? Or
I think I handled it pretty well at North Carolina, like the 8-20 season. I knew that was going to be a rough season. You know, standing in a press conference after every game, and I kind of touched on that previously with you.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm, you know, pretty comfortable with who I am, and you know, I think I'm decent at what I do, and you can only do the best you can do. And if you stress out too much, that'll impact the guys in the locker room, it'll impact your assistant coaches, and it'll impact your family. And you know, so I think certainly with the experience, you're definitely better at it. You know, and so yeah, I should be better at it now. It's just, you know, it's a tough profession because what we do is public, and you know, we're graded by people that come to the game and the media, and you know, at the end of the day, it's a fine line between winning and losing, and you just control what you can control. And I'm fortunate to be at SMU and you know, working with these kids, and hopefully we'll continue to get better and have a good showing in Memphis.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Coach, what have you found to be the most successful way to communicate to a team, and what was your message going into today's game? Obviously,
I think that you have to give the team what it needs and what it can handle. This being a young team, inexperienced team, I don't think I ever tried to be heavy-handed with it, because I think we would have lost them by now. I don't think they would have played with the same energy and effort that they did tonight if we beat them up after practice, after a game, and said, tore them up in a film session and ran them to death in practice. So we've gone, the other way, trying to be positive. Like your effort. I want to grade your effort and your concentration. And okay, we lost, but if we would have done 5 things better out of the 50 mistakes, we could have won. And try to go from that angle, and encouraging. I did get on them after the Southern Miss game because a couple of guys weren't as sharp as I would have liked. And I told them after wins, if we're not sharp, I'm going to be upset. If after a loss, we play hard and we play fairly well, I'm going to judge you that way. That's the way Dean Smith did it when I played. And then today, I asked them at pregame to, I don't really care the mood of pregame. Sometimes I used to try to micromanage everything. It's like, if they're loose up there, sometimes you say, oh, they're not focused, but they come out and have a great game. And then other times it seems so focused and they come out and play poorly. I don't think you can manage that. But today I just said, when they turn in their scouting reports at pregame meal, I said, I want you to focus on 2 things, the scouting report and what can you do, each and every one of you, to help us win this basketball game tonight. And so I think their focus was pretty darn good. And I always, talk to our trainer, our strength coach. Those are the people that really have the best sense of the kids, because they'll let down their guard a little bit, and I just say, without selling out information, what are the guys doing? How they feel? Pretty focused, and they wanted to send out the seniors with the win. So I just think real, honest, respectful communication is the best way to go, especially with a inexperienced group.
Thanks, Coach.
Maybe they should wear glasses like yours since you lost so many contacts.
I know. I told Cannon we didn't know he really wore contacts. Like, he wears glasses once in a while, but sometimes we think it's just for fashion statements. And Jalen had a backup pair. Cannon's backup pair was in the dorm room, so that's freshman.
Well, I thought it was nice you were chipping in looking for it.
Yeah. Well, I knew it would be hard to find. I've worn contacts in the past. And so I knew it was going to be hard to find, but I had to at least make the effort. So I offered Ted Hillary my glasses. He didn't take them. Anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you, Coach.